Advantage. Eala.
Sorry. Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Champion of the Lexus Birmingham Open. Alexandra Eala has just lifted the trophy on the grass courts of Edgbaston Priory Club in front of every Filipino watching across the planet. She lost the first set. She fought back in the second. And she battled through a third set that came down to a single break of serve at 5-all. She walked off center court as the second tour-level champion of her young career, the first Filipino in history to win a grass court WTA title at any level, and the player who just announced to the entire tennis world that the Wimbledon main draw, 18 days from now, will feature one of the most dangerous left-handed prospects in modern women's tennis. Stop everything you are doing right now. Phone on airplane mode. Volume to maximum. Lock the door. Tell every Filipino on the planet to drop what they're doing and pay attention, because what just happened in Birmingham, England, is not just a title. It is the breakthrough moment of an entire generation. The kind of result that gets carved into the history books of Philippine sport, alongside Manny Pacquiao's most legendary nights and Hidilyn Diaz's Olympic gold. Alexandra Eala, 21 years old, world number 37, has lifted the Lexus Birmingham Open trophy. And the way she did it deserves every second of analysis the Eala Army can give it. Let me walk you through this final, because the magnitude of this comeback deserves recognition. Nikola Bartůňková, 20-year-old Czech, ranked world number 69, the 5th seed at Birmingham. A player who arrived at this final with a career grass court record of 12 wins and only 2 losses. A former world junior number 1 whose trajectory has had coaching staffs across the WTA Tour paying close attention. And, crucially, the doubles partner Eala teamed with earlier in this very tournament. 2 players who walked onto the grass of Birmingham as doubles partners exited the doubles draw together, then advanced separately through the singles bracket until they met across the net for the championship trophy. The poetry of that storyline is staggering. Bartunkova was no soft opponent. She was a worthy finalist, having defeated Britain's Harriet Dart, the Czech Gabriela Knutsson, Britain's Mika Stojcevic, and American Ashlyn Kruger to reach this match. She dropped just 2 sets across her bracket, compared to the 1 set Eala dropped in her Maya Lumsden semifinal. She was playing the best grass court tennis of her career, and she was facing a Filipina carrying a brutal historical statistic into the final: 0 wins, 13 losses against Czech opponents in her career. 13 consecutive defeats. Every Czech player Eala had ever faced had walked off the court with a win. That curse hung over this final from the moment the draw was confirmed. The first set began. Both players held serve. The match unfolded into the kind of tactical chess that grass court tennis produces when 2 precise hitters meet at the baseline. Bartünkova's right-handed forehand carved angles. Eala's left-handed serve created the swing geometry that should have troubled the Czech, who carries a documented vulnerability against lefties, a career record of 7 wins and 16 losses against left-handed opponents heading into this match. The angle should have favored Eala, and in stretches they did. But Bartunkova fought through. She broke serve at the right moment. She held under pressure. She closed the first set 7-5. And, just like that, the Czech curse extended into the championship match. Eala was down a set, down a break, and, across social media, the predictable narratives started typing themselves. Eala can't beat Czechs. Eala folds in finals. Eala is going to give this away. Then the second set began, and Alexandra Eala remembered who she is. She remembered 8 years of training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca. She remembered her breakthrough wins over Madison Keys and Emma Raducanu at Miami in 2025. She remembered the 4 top 10 wins she's racked up over the past 15 months. She remembered the recovery week in Mallorca between Madrid and Rome that rebuilt her second serve, from 0% against Ostapenko to 82% against Maya Lumsden, just 24 hours earlier in this very tournament. She remembered every match where she'd been down a set against quality opposition and found her way back. She walked back to the baseline at the start of the second set with the calm focus of a player who refused to let a curse decide her championship. She broke serve. She held. She broke again. She held again. 6-3. The set was even, the match was level. Bartunkova had played beautifully across the first set, and Eala had simply played better across the second. The Czech curse was on the ropes. 13 years of history against Eala's chances against Czech opposition was about to be tested in a deciding set on the grass of Birmingham. The third set was a war. Both players held serve. Both defended break points. Both found ways to survive the moments that decide finals. The score climbed in lockstep, 1-all, 2-all, 3-all, 4-all, 5-all. Every game tilted the entire trajectory of the match. Every hold preserved the dream. Every break point saved kept the championship alive. Then, at 5-all, Eala produced the moment. She broke Bartunkova. She walked to her chair leading 6-5, and she served for the Birmingham Open title. She did not flinch. She held serve. The match ended 7-5 in the deciding set. 2 hours and 40-something minutes of tennis, and Alexandra Eala had broken the 13-match Czech curse, captured her second career WTA 125 title, and become the first Filipino in tennis history to win a grass-court tour-level title at any level of the professional game. Let me break down the championship numbers, because the margin of this victory deserves recognition. Total points: 107 for Eala, 101 for Bartunkova. A 6-point margin across 3 sets and over 200 total points played. The Filipina won 6 more than her opponent, and that was enough to lift the trophy. That number tells you exactly how close this final was. It tells you Bartunkova played at championship level and lost. And it tells you Eala won by managing the most important 6 points of her week with the precision of a player whose mental architecture has been refined under the most prestigious coaching infrastructure on earth. Service games won. 14 for Eala, 12 for Bartunkova. 2 more holds across the entire match, and that 2-hold margin was the difference between champion and runner-up. Service points won. 72-60. 12 more points won on serve across 3 sets, even though both players served at almost identical efficiency. Eala landed 64% of first serves. Bartunkova landed 58%. Eala won 66% of her first serve points. Bartunkova won 67%. The first serve battle was essentially a coin flip. The second serve battle was tied at 64% apiece. The serving stats were nearly identical, which means the match was decided in the smallest margins available. And that's exactly where the championship was won. In the smallest margins. In the moments Eala held serve at deuce, when she absolutely had to. In the moments she earned a break point and closed the rally with a left-handed forehand that bends physics. In the moment she stood on the baseline at 5-all in the third set and refused to hand her dream over to 13 previous matches of Czech dominance. The championship was won in fractions of seconds across a 2-hour 40-minute timeline, and every one of those fractions tilted toward Eala. Now, let me explain why this title means more than the trophy itself. The Lexus Birmingham Open is a WTA 125 event, one tier below the full WTA Tour. The prize money is meaningful, but not extraordinary. The ranking points push Eala's trajectory forward, but they won't transform her seeding overnight. A casual observer might file this under nice achievement and move on. That observer would be missing everything. This title is symbolic. This title is structural. This title is the launch pad. Birmingham is a grass court tournament. Wimbledon is a grass court Grand Slam. Wimbledon begins in 18 days. Eala has now played 5 matches on grass this week, finishing with the championship trophy in hand. 5 matches of grass court rhythm now living in her muscle memory. 5 matches of left-handed serve patterns rehearsed against right-handed opponents on the surface, where the geometry favors her style. 5 matches of footwork on the slick, low-bouncing grass that breaks down most clay court specialists who arrive at the All-England Club unprepared. Eala is prepared. Beyond surface preparation, the psychological dividends are enormous. She's proven to herself she can come back from a set down in a final. She's proven she can beat a Czech opponent for the first time in her career. She's proven that her second serve, which collapsed entirely against Ostapenko on clay in April, can deliver under championship pressure on grass in June. The arc of recovery is complete. The rebuild is functional. The methodology is producing results at the highest level of pressure available outside the Grand Slams themselves, and the rankings will reflect it. Combined with her current world ranking of 37, the Birmingham title, plus a strong run at Queen's Club this week and a deep finish at Wimbledon, could push Eala back toward her career-high ranking of world number 29. A top 30 seeding heading into the U.S. hardcourt swing in August would mean protected first-round draws at the Cincinnati and Toronto WTA 1000 events. The seeding cascade keeps building. Every match matters. Every title matters more. The path forward is electric. The Queen's Club Championships begin tomorrow in London. Eala has a main draw spot. She'll arrive at Queen's Club with 2 days of recovery from this Birmingham final, carrying the full confidence of a champion into her warm-up tournament before Wimbledon. After Queen's Club, she travels to the All-England Club, the most prestigious grass court Grand Slam in tennis. And she'll arrive there as the reigning Birmingham Open champion. Not a hopeful prospect, not an interesting story. A champion, a trophy lifter, a player who, within the past 48 hours, has proven she can close out tight matches against top-tier grass court opposition. The Wimbledon implications are real. Bartunkova finished as Birmingham's runner-up. Eala finished as the champion. Both will play at Wimbledon. In 18 days, both will arrive carrying grass court momentum, but only one of them lifted the trophy on Sunday. And that distinction matters, in the muscle memory and the confidence reservoir an athlete carries onto the grass of the All-England Club. So here's what I need from the Eala army over the next 48 hours. Maximum celebration. Total deployment. Share this video everywhere. Send it to every Filipino you know. Tag every tennis account on the planet. Flood the Birmingham Open and Lexus social channels. Flood the WTA Tours pages. Drop your celebration messages in the comments. Tell me where you were when Eala broke serve at 5-all in the 3rd set. Tell me if you cried when she served out the match. Tell me how you're celebrating tonight. Drop the Philippine flag. Drop the fire emojis. Drop the trophy. Tell the algorithm that the most important grass court breakthrough by any Southeast Asian player in modern tennis history just happened on a Sunday afternoon in Birmingham, England. This is what 8 years at the Rafa Nadal Academy produces. This is what consistent application of an elite methodology produces. This is what happens when a country sends its most talented young athlete to the most prestigious coaching infrastructure in the sport and gives her the time to develop properly. 2 years ago, Eala was ranked world number 160 with no grass court resume. Today, she is the Lexus Birmingham Open champion with a Wimbledon main draw 18 days away. The transformation is complete. The momentum is unstoppable. The ceiling of this career trajectory has not yet been found. The 13-match Czech curse broken. The first Filipino grass court title in WTA history captured. The second WTA 125 trophy of Alexandra Eala's career added to the collection. And the grass court swing transformed from a question mark into an exclamation point heading into the most prestigious tournament on the calendar. Queen's Club is tomorrow. Wimbledon is in 18 days. The trophy is in Birmingham today. And the Philippine flag has just been raised over the grass of Edgbaston Priory Club in front of millions of celebrating hearts across the planet. Team Eala Army. Birmingham is ours. Wimbledon is next. And tonight, we celebrate the most important grass court breakthrough in Philippine tennis history. And before I let you go, let me leave you with one final reflection, one that captures exactly what this trophy means for the long architecture of Filipino tennis. The history of Philippine tennis on the global stage has been a history of dreams without championship hardware. The country has produced talented juniors over the decades. It has produced doubles specialists who reached respectable rankings. It has produced singles players who occasionally cracked the top 100. But the trophy room of Filipino professional tennis at the tour level remained painfully empty until September 2025, when a 20-year-old left-hander from Quezon City lifted the WTA 125 Guadalajara Open Trophy and announced that a new era had arrived. That was the first title. And every champion needs more than one. Every breakthrough needs validation. Every first trophy raises the question of whether it was a one-off or the start of something sustained. Today, on the grass of Birmingham, that question was answered. The Guadalajara title was not a one-off. The 2025 breakthrough was a beginning, not a ceiling. Alexandra Eala has just lifted her second tour-level trophy in 9 months, 2 titles on 2 surfaces, hard courts in Mexico and grass courts in England. A Filipino player has now won championships on 2 different surfaces inside a single calendar year. That is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is structural development producing structural results. And the grass court element matters most of all, because hard courts are the universal surface most players grow up on, and clay is Europe's specialty, but grass is the rarest surface in the sport. Only 4 weeks of the calendar year are played on it. Only 1 Grand Slam is contested on it. And the cathedral of that Grand Slam, the All England Club at Wimbledon, is the most prestigious tournament in tennis. The fact that the first Filipino tour-level title on grass has been captured 18 days before Wimbledon is the kind of poetic alignment screenwriters dream about. Bartunkova played beautifully today, the Czech rising star, the doubles partner from earlier in the week, the player who pushed Eala to 3 sets and forced the Filipina to dig deeper than she did against anyone else in the entire Birmingham draw. Respect to her competition. Respect to her determination. Respect to her trajectory. Her name will be appearing on tour-level results for years to come, and the rivalry that just began between these 2 20-year-old former doubles partners on opposite sides of a championship net could become one of the defining matchups of the next decade in women's tennis. But today belongs to Alexandra Eala. Today belongs to the Philippines. Today belongs to the Eala army that has carried her through every chapter of the 2026 season with a passion no other fanbase in professional sports can match. Today belongs to the Rafa Nadal Academy that built the foundation. Today belongs to every Filipino who watched Eala train as a teenager and dreamed of a moment exactly like this one. The trophy is lifted. The flag is raised. The transformation is complete. The next chapter begins tomorrow at Queen's Club. The Grand Slam follows 18 days later at Wimbledon. And the player who walks onto those courts will not be the same player who walked off center court at Edgbaston Priory Club. She will be a tour-level champion. She will be a grass court trophy holder. She will be the most exciting left-handed prospect on the grass of the All England Club. Team Eala Army. The champion has arrived. The trophy is home. And Wimbledon is next.